Like, yeah, it's my stepsister's room. Don't mind. Don't mind me. Next time I'm going to screen record this live too. Fuck it. See how many people I can get tonight. Let's see how many people I can get. A little later than normal.
I don't even want to kick.
It's loaded. Good thing it's got 2 safeties. What up, YouTube people? What up, TikTok? What's happening? Sorry I'm so late tonight. Common theme, though, in my lives. You'll hear me say that often. This light's so damn bright. There, yeah, it's not bad. How's everybody doing tonight? Make sure we're tapping that like screen, fam. Make sure we're tapping that like screen. Any followers I donate? Yeah, the duendes, pretty cool stuff, huh? You know what's crazy about the duendes? So I was looking through my comments the other day, and I saw a number of comments from like all over, from Europe, Americas, even Canada. I'm pretty sure I saw comments from people that said that their lore also states that there's 3 different types of duendes, which I kind of found intriguing because why, the fact that they have multiple lores, they all state 3 duendes. I mean, it's validating. At the end of the day, it's validating. I also go live on YouTube, so check out my YouTube. Make sure you like and subscribe. My link's in the bio on TikTok. I'm going to start going live on YouTube because I got monetized, and I want opportunity to get donations there as well. We're not here to talk about the duendes tonight, though. We are going to talk about the Grand Canyon. Why are my comments not rolling? You guys commenting? So a couple book references, right? Well, did somebody have to write that book? I mean, bro, books are just as biased as the next thing. Books are just as fabricated as the lore. It's going good, man. My night's going good. Life's good. Doing all right. What up, Jacob? How you doing, brother? Good to see you on here. What's up, Misty? I saw your comment. It made me chuckle. Yeah, books are written by the indoctrined most of the time. They were spoon-fed an education with an agenda. Jarrett Forbes, what's happening? I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Any new information on the Giants? So I did receive a little new info on Giants. If you guys haven't, check out my Facebook. Now I have a Facebook page at NightGod333. Followers going like crazy. I'm getting a lot of followers on there. So check it out. I'm probably going to try and... So why I took so long to go live tonight, and maybe somebody can help me with this, but why I took so long to go live tonight is because I was trying to find... I downloaded Streamlabs, okay? I downloaded Streamlabs, and I was trying to do a multi-stream platform. I want to stream on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok all at the same time. but I can't find a stream key for you or TikTok. YouTube, I can find it, but I cannot find a stream key for TikTok. Does that make any sense? What up, Jay Monstro? My guy. Good to see you. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe somebody can help me with that. Just send me a message or something. I was just messing around with it, and I could not find a stream key. So it's like either have, like right now I got 3 different computers right now because I want a YouTube stream. I want to stream here, and I want to have I like to have a laptop for source of information as well. But a little information on the Hopi people that actually has to do with what I'm talking about tonight. But about the Giants real quick, somebody sent me a message on Facebook, right? They sent me a message and they said, hey, if you're interested in the Giants, look up the Guardians. Now, they are not a very known faction, right? They're part of the Galactic Federation or whatever people like to call the Alliance. Mostly it's called the Alliance. But these Guardians are supposedly some of the baddest MFers in the Alliance. They're the strongest. They range from 12 to 16 feet tall. Okay. They're basically, these Guardians put fear into the Draconians when they hear their name or they see them. These Guardians, these Giants, I also heard that they were dark, that they were actually they were copper or even black. I heard they were black, and they're badass. Basically, the Draconians are in hella fear of them. They have a presence. They're here now. So people are saying that since they've arrived, that it's possible something could go down here soon. I don't know. But I got to do a little more digging on them. I want to do a little more digging on them before I talk too much about them. I Googled it. I couldn't find anything. But I've actually found a couple of good YouTube sources. I just need to watch the videos. So I'm excited to look a little bit. I'm excited to do some research on them. Pretty cool thought, These guys are really badass, and they're part of the higher realm. They're fighting in the invisible war at the moment. What secret info? No, where did I get the secret info from? Gargoyle season, huh? What's up, Jesus Martinez? What's happening? Yeah, so check out the Guardian Alliance. And like I said, you guys, check me on Facebook now. I'm on Facebook. I got a business page. I post all my videos there. I got a Reels platform I've been posting there. So, legit shit. I'm finally popping off on another level. YouTube is paying me now. So make sure you guys subscribe to my YouTube. But anyway, yeah, any gifters, you guys on TikTok, any gifters I follow. So check it out. My night's going good. You guys will see me bounce back just a little bit because I got YouTube over here. That's why I need to multi-stream the platform. But if TikTok ain't letting me, it's like, what the hell? But it looks like I'm losing followers like crazy. So I'm going to start talking about this. All right. So those of you that watch the video, you know about G E Kincaid and S.A. Jordan. Now, is there any written record of these gentlemen other than what I'm finding? No. Okay, there's not. I looked pictures up. I couldn't find any pictures. They're pretty much ghosts, right? Which kind of leads me to believe, I know some people, they're ghosts. They just made up the names. Well, I don't buy that. I believe that they are ghosts because they were stricken from the record because of what they found. All right, that's what I believe. Why would they? This is too elaborate of a story to be made up. Okay, I know that people make up fiction all the time, but the validating thing especially is all of the peaks within the Grand Canyon that are named after Egyptian pharaohs, etc., warriors, whatever you want to say, Egyptian gods. Isis, Osiris, like just the fact that these monuments or mounds are named after these Egyptian people or Egyptian gods is validating. Now, who named them? Nobody really knows. So there was a gentleman, a archaeologist, who before Kincaid got there, found these caves. John Wesley Powell. I was able to find pictures of him. I found pictures of him. He actually hired a Native American guide to help him through the Grand Canyon. So, pretty cool. I found the picture of him as well. So I found pictures of John Wesley Powell, which is supposedly who the Smithsonian was trying to follow up on, his discoveries. He was an archaeologist. Okay. So they supposedly sent G E Kincaid, and then G E Kincaid was more or less employed by S.A. Jordan. So, yeah, S.A. Jordan. Johnson. S.A. Johnson. I always think S.E. Johnson, a family company, right? So it's a crazy story. Awesome information. I believe they were giants. So at the end of the day, you just take the story for what it is, and if you like it, or you believe it, or you want to believe it, then kind of leave it up to you, man. I don't try to force anything down people's throats as far as stories go or the lore. Forbidden Zone. Okay, I found a really good source on it right here. It was on forbiddenzone.com. Okay. So G E Kincaid was in a wooden boat, more or less kayaking down the Colorado River. All right. He was looking for minerals. He was mineral hunting when he spotted a portion of mountain that looked like a color of a certain mineral that he knew was of value, right? So he walks 2,000 feet up the side of the Grand Canyon, and he finds a cave entrance. You couldn't see it from the river, all right? It had a stone slab under it, and it was out, so you couldn't see it from the river. Well, he also spotted steps coming 30 yards down from the cave entrance. And then they just stop abruptly. What he figures, and there's a lot more tied to this one after the story, or after I tell you how that went. There's a lot more tied to this, and there's a lot of lore and stuff tied to this that I've learned from my boy here, and it ties in. You know what I'm saying? It ties into this cave, these people, multiple different types of people being in the said cave, from giants to normal size humans. To me, it seems like they were trying to get away from the flood. All right. And that's why they were in the cave. They were trying to beat the flood. Did they? I would say probably most likely. They did. They did end up beating the flood. So, but what's weird about it is, and what people say is the most intriguing thing about it is multiple factions being in one place. There's evidence of multiple different types of people living in this cavern. All right. And that goes back to the last Great Earth War. Before the last Great Earth War, it is said that the Mexicatls were tasked by the higher beings with traveling the earth and gathering each different type of faction of human, letting them know what is to come. It was when the Draconians tried to last take Earth once and for all. All right? That's the lore. So they were a seafaring group, and there's evidence of this in the caves. All right? They said they found multiple rooms with vessels in these said rooms. Okay? So what happened? They traveled the earth. They gathered all different human factions and told them what was to come. They made friends with them. They basically immersed themselves in their cultures. I mean, you're talking Australia, and this is there's evidence of this all over the world, you guys. Pyramids everywhere. They found pyramids all over the world. They found them in Australia, Bosnia, Bolivia, all over. I mean, there's pyramids in the United States. There's said pyramid at the bottom of Lake Michigan. There's pyramid in Wisconsin. They're finding pyramids all over the world, right? So if this particular Egyptian faction did, in fact, create the pyramids, well, it proves that they did travel all over the world, and they immersed in other cultures, helping them build pyramids, helping them prepare for the great cataclysm. Okay, because they knew the flood was coming. They knew it was coming long before it got here. And a lot of it was due to this great earth war that took place. Now, it is said in the culture that when they did travel the world, some of them stayed in their world, in their culture. Some of the Mexicanos and the Egyptians stayed with the people that they seen and met, and some of them actually came back with the Egyptians, which would explain why this cavern or temple, if you will, shows evidence of multiple factions living there. Okay, really interesting stuff, and it's cool because it's cool as hell because the lore I'm hearing from Mexico, and you guys, this lore dates back thousands of years. It could date back 100,000 years. You know what I'm saying? The lore I'm hearing from Mexico ties in. Hey, bro, that's what's up. Thank you so much, bro. Thank you so much, Jose Andrade. Thank you, bro. You all right. I appreciate you. It's got a nice little donation. I like that. So the Mexican lore states that all of them came back and they won the Earth War. They beat out the Draconians, and then they had to prepare for the flood. Now, like I said, they found evidence of multiple factions living in said cave. Okay? And they found a lot of interesting stuff in the cave as well. When he entered the cave, he saw hieroglyphs right away. He saw Egyptian hieroglyphs right away. Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to find. I got my source here. One of my best sources here. I'm just finding the spot where it talks about every little detail of his. Of course, the Smithsonian's denying this publicly outright. They are saying none of this is true. But it's been proven. So Billy Carson, right? You guys know Billy Carson? Billy Carson. He went to the Grand Canyon recently. And you can go watch it on his Instagram. You can go watch it on his Instagram. He went to the Grand Canyon recently, and he said he took a chopper down there. All right? Puppers, what are you doing? He took a chopper down there, and he tried to fly over this said zone. For one, he actually got on the ground, and he went into the Grand Canyon. NASA had this portion quarantined. NASA had it quarantined. Why? Who knows? There's actually rumor that there's actually portals in there. And they don't want people to see what's coming out of the said portals. That's just one rumor, all right? Not saying it's true. But NASA had it quarantined off, and then he went to try and fly over it. You don't fly over this forbidden zone. They made sure he was swerved right away. You cannot fly over this zone either. Now, to me, that's very telling, is it not? That's very telling. For one, NASA, I mean, come on, they got it quarantined. It seems to me that there's absolutely something going on in the Grand Canyon. Now, why would they try and hide this? I don't know, man. This is as good as mine. Why do they try to hide a lot of things, you know? So, the first article to say anything about this was in the Phoenix Gazette, the Arizona Gazette, on April 5th, 1909. Headlines read, Explorations in the Grand Canyon slash mysteries of immense rich cavern being brought to light. Jordan is enthused. Remarkable finds indicate ancient people migrated from Orient to the Grand Canyon. Controversy is revealing in many ways and also disturbing in other ways. So why do the modern scholars not like this? Why do the modern scholars not like this? Because it proves them wrong that the people prior to us, or any nation whatsoever prior to us, or at least back then, was seafaring. They did not believe the Egyptians to be a seafaring group. Okay? Well, they were. And it proves their findings wrong. You know, so they don't like it. They don't like it. They've been trying to say these certain types of things forever. They were not transoceanic, I think is what they call it. But in fact, they were. And they're finding out, and this cave proves that. I think, and based on what I've studied and read, the Egyptians actually originated in the Americas. It's arguable, but I believe they did. All right. And it might have been right there in the Grand Canyon. Okay. So the Grand Canyon article explains that an explorer named G E Kincaid had made the initial discovery and was joined by, I was right, Jordan, was joined by the Smithsonian scientist S.A. Jordan to study what was described as a wondrous labyrinth of honeycomb tunnels, man-made, filled with seemingly Eastern treasures of golden urns, sophisticated copper tools, ancient artifacts, hieroglyphs, mummified remains, and statues, whose iconography resembled those common to Hindu and or Egyptian cultures. If their theories are borne out by the tablets engraved with hieroglyphics, the mystery of the prehistoric peoples of North America, their ancient arts, who they were, will in Arizona and the Colorado will be linked by a historical chain running back ages, which will stagger the wildest fancy of the fictionists. Okay? So there you go. It's going to change history as we know it. And we all know, you know, I've been seeing a lot of comments on my boy, from my boy Mini Minuteman to come check out my video and totally just, you know, more or less shit on it, right? And what I usually comment back is, you know, at the end of the day, he's knowledgeable, but he's indoctrined. He's repeating exactly what he was spoon-fed by a platform. And I went to college, guys. That's basically written and put in place by gov and scholars. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying they're always wrong, but they definitely aren't always right. Okay? And, you know, when he presents his said information, that's what he's spewing. His mind is not open to the greater. Okay? He's paid for that education, and that's all there is. Okay? Okay. People are saying online this is an elaborate cover-up. They claim that there does exist a forbidden zone within the Grand Canyon National Park. Now, any other cave systems in this park, in the Grand Canyon National Park, have big old cages in front of them. Big old cages in front of them, all right? They're all blocked off. You cannot go in these said caves. God. Grand Canyon, Hopi Fire Road. So, man. So I guess I'm going to have to do this off the top of my head because it seems that the article I thought I had right in front of me is not. Okay? So I'll just look at this. This right here, you guys, this is the actual drawing of like a bird's eye view of the tunnels. Okay? So as he enters the tunnels, one of the first things G E Kincaid does is walk back to these said tunnels right here. Okay, these were the first two set. They're 50, 100 feet into the system. They branch off. Okay, just like this. Now he goes on to say he checked out the rooms. Some of the rooms were 10 by 14, maybe 15 by 20 feet. They had 3.5 foot thick walls, and they had holes drilled through the walls into what was an oxygen corridor. Okay, so they could get oxygen to them underground, which we all know is important. It's one of the hardest things cave dwellers, I guess, or cave explorers have to do is keep oxygen in these caves because it goes quick. Well, I've watched it on TV. Usually they have to pump it down there with a air compressor. Well, they don't have to do none of that. Same thing with the pyramids in Bolivia. All those are connected. There's 3 of them. All those are connected with tunnels that have oxygen in them constantly. So they've obviously figured out how to dig underground and have oxygen supplied to them without any type of tech and have it constantly, even if they're underwater, which to me is crazy. Okay, they must be drawing off the earth somehow, drawing her oxygen. So some sets of rooms were smaller. There was other sets of rooms, like you see here, these sets that were 30 by 40 feet. These living quarters were 30 by 40 feet. All right. Now, not saying, but I'm saying that's probably your giants' rooms. Okay. They said these giants were anywhere from 10 to 12 feet tall. And I have hieroglyphs that support this notion. All right. I have hieroglyphs, and I'll show them. I'll put them in my background that support this notion. So he obviously studies the rooms and then continues on until he gets to what he called a burial cavern. All right. There was mummies everywhere. This is when he would lean up one of the mummies because it had fallen over, use his flashlight, click, and then his camera took a picture. After that, he would grab urns, he would grab relics, okay, and take them as evidence. He also found a type of idol, if you will, I guess you call it, that looked like this. Now, what does that resemble? It resembles Buddha, okay? But they said it wasn't quite Buddha. It had an oriental face. Had lotus flowers in each hand, and it was sitting Indian style. It had idols all around it. Some of the idols were kind of deformed looking, he says, so he thought it was representing good and evil. Okay, now this kind of goes to show that though it was Egyptian, they had Tibetan type of religious beliefs, some of them, right? Buddha's mostly Tibet, India, etc. Okay? So that tells you right there, there's multiple cultures living here, which is crazy. That's supposedly never been verified in history that factions all over the world could have been hanging together. Okay? That would tell me that the Great Earth War, the last one, it's a very viable hypothesis or viable theory, this Great Earth War. So he would find all this stuff. That's when he would head back to Yuma, which is where he was based out of, and he would send it back to Washington, and that's when the Smithsonian would take over. Which, at that point is when probably we would. That's the point at which we're cut out of the big picture. They're not going to tell us what the hell's going on. The Zuni creation story. These Native Americans originated from the Grand Canyon. Cool. So supposedly did the Hopi. Is it MCAS? I'm not sure. Yeah, that's where he effed up for sure. Now, I believe that his predecessor, John Wesley Powell, who actually initially discovered the caves, he explored them to a whole nother level. I think he explored all of them. I have a theory that maybe he even named all of the peaks and structures around that the Egyptian names, because he actually went in the tunnels. He found relics. He was an archaeologist. The relics showed each type of person or culture that lived there, so he named them all after the Egyptians. Okay, this guy did a good job. So I'm going to go ahead and read off this. This is really good, guys, this article here. Very informative. I think you guys will dig it. So it talks about the Arizona Gazette on April 5th, 1909. I had two different dates that I was finding. I had March 12th, 1909 as well, but the most prevalent one was, in fact, the April 5th, 1909. So the article mentions the discovery of a huge subterranean citadel by an explorer named G E Kincaid, who accidentally found it while rafting on the Colorado. It is worth mentioning that Kincaid was a recognized archaeologist and had the financial support of the Smithsonian. According to the descriptions, the entrance to this city was at the end of a tunnel that extended for more than 1,600 meters underground. So 1,600 meters, y'all. That's a long ways. That's close to a mile. Okay, close to a mile into the ground. Kincaid was impressed that the cavern was almost inaccessible. The entrance was about 450 meters under the wall of the steep canyon. The place was in a zone protected by the government, and the access was penalized under fine. Above a shelf that could not be seen from the river was the entrance to the cave. When I saw the chisel marks on the wall inside the entrance, I got interested. He says, I got my gun and I went in. Those are quotes directly from Kincaid. These were in this said article. The architecture found suggested that the builders of the subterranean city possessed advanced engineering skills, meaning the walls were cut perfectly straight and they were like marble on the way in. All right? They were like marble. Hey, I appreciate you, Tony. I appreciate you, Tony Van Diesel. Good shit, man. So the central access of the underground city made it a gigantic camera from which radiated passages similar to the radii of a wheel. Cavern, I'm guessing. The walls of the main chamber were adorned with copper weapons and tablets covered with symbols and hieroglyphic characters, very similar to those we know in Egypt. Another interesting finding was the discovery of mummified bodies inside the citadel. None of the mummies found were less than 2.74 meters. So if you do the math, 2.74 meters, 8 to 9 feet tall. Okay? So they're bigger people, right? Kincaid said he had taken photographs of one of them with a flashlight. However, none of these photos have ever been found per standard. Further explorations revealed interesting data on the beliefs of these alleged giants of the city. More than 30 meters from the entrance is a room with a cross-shaped plant, several tens of meters long, and where an idol was found that could have been the main god of this said religious system. He was sitting cross-legged and with a lotus or lily flower in each hand. His face had an oriental features as well as the carving of the cave. This idol had a certain resemblance to Buddha, although the scientists at the time did not finish assuring that it represented this said religious affiliation. The article also talks about the discovery of ceramics and other artifacts with trademarks having been manufactured in other parts of the world. So there you go. There's verification that they either at least traded all over the world or they were traveling all over the world. All right. The article talks about discovery of ceramics, perhaps are a rare mixture of cultures that scarcely occurs in archaeological finds. So this discovery would be of unprecedented importance. The last camera they found, this is interesting as well. The last camera they found on the exploration was what Kincaid and his partner, S.A. Jordan, a ceremonial crypt, believed to be at the end of the Great Hall where they found the mummies. Unfortunately, the article does not give many more details about the discovery, nor are there any official versions or references to this enigmatic subterranean city. It's so weird to me that this is all just coming out too. I feel like this, it's just so weird to me that this is all finally now coming out. It doesn't make much sense, but it's crazy. They hid it for a long time. They hid it for a long time. So one of the coolest things he talked about was a room, right? It looked like a burial room where it had mummies. It had tiers, okay? Each level had mummies in a round. Actually, I have a picture. This will give you a better idea. Sorry, YouTubers. They need to let green screen go on YouTube Live, okay? So it was a huge cavern, had tiers, and there was little oval, they would chisel out little oval spaces in the wall, and there was a platform in front of each. And then inside each little cavern within the wall was a mummy. Each of them having tiers, and they were full. They did some investigating and found that all these mummies were male. So they assumed they were the warriors of the tribe, okay? Now, the bottom level, they had rudimentary urns, copper weapons, etc. And they noticed that as each tier went on, the weaponry got more advanced. So they assumed that it was a generational thing. Generation of warriors, next generation of warriors, next generation of warriors. So there's really no telling how long this cave system has been there, but they were inhabited for a long time, okay? And they were all average of 8 to 9 feet tall. People talking about crazy stuff. Oh, I see. Okay. I can't believe, man. That really bums me out. I had an article. Basically, it was just like my video that I posted that told of all his discoveries. Like, it told of everything. It's just hard to remember all that shit off the top of my head. It told it in exact detail. Oh, right here, maybe. Yeah. This was one of them. But anyway, I'm not going to ponder on it too long. But a couple different so where I was going to go with this, a couple different Indians, or Native American, I should say, tribes have lore of this, right? Not only the Paiute, but the Hopi Indians had lore of this. What they said, and this was really intriguing to me, this is weird. I've never heard this, and actually I kind of wanted to Google recently creatures that have two hearts on Earth, right? So what it said was the Hopi Indians were living in these said caves with giants, right? And you guys, this picture right here was found in the cave. This is one of the carvings or the hieroglyphs found, all right? You got giants with what? People. They look like they're holding people. And they're much larger. This one is really odd. This one, it looks like he's taking a bite out of them. I'm not sure. I'm not saying he is. But this one, it looks like he's getting ready to chomp him. So what the Hopi native stated was the two-hearted factions. They said they had one heart. These other people had two, or these other beings had two. They started to get evil within the caves, and they started attacking and more or less kind of bullying the Hopi natives in the regular sized people. So I'm guessing the giants, certain set of giants, actually started to turn evil. Maybe they were so hungry that they had to start eating them. Who knows what happened, right? But it is known throughout history that giants have a fancy for eating people, right? So maybe they got pushed to the point of cannibalism within the cave system. What they said is when they started attacking them, their chief planted a tree. The tree grew instantaneously. It grew up and it broke out of the cavern. They climbed the tree and they got away. And then they became the Native Americans of the Americas, or possibly even Aztecs, Mayans, those type of people. Okay. But the fact that they said this, they said the two-hearted beings, they said beings with two hearts, which was really weird to me. I want to do a little more research on it, but they were the ones that went evil. Okay. They were the ones that started to go evil. The one-hearted beings, many of them died, but they were able to get away. All right. Now, if you look around and you check out some of the structures of these said natives, like Mesa Verde, for example, in Colorado, it's a massive little like labyrinth of hand-built, out of stone living quarters, literally in the side of this mountain, thousands of feet in the air. They're about 40 to 50 feet from the top of the mountain, but it's a sheer drop. If you were to walk out, it's a sheer drop up to it, or it's a steep climb up to it, and then there's no way to get there pretty much from the top. Why would they build it like that? Why would they build it so it's virtually inaccessible to anything other than them, right? They had supposedly a path going down to it, and then they had tunnels being cut, or they cut to where they could live. So they would go up on top of the plateau to hunt, to gather, to get food, but they would go down and live in the side of the mountain. To me, that's for protection. And if you go look and you go check them out, they will even tell you that. Nobody really knows why they did this. Nobody really knows why they built this. I mean, it had to take thousands of man hours to build this Mesa Verde, this structure. Okay. In like you say, the labor involved, it had to have taken probably years to build. But when they actually see evidence up top that they lived on the plateau for a long time, you can see, I guess you can go there and you can still see where they had fires up on the top of the plateau, where they had homes, but something pushed them down to build their home in the side of Mesa Verde. There's a lot of speculation, but I'm going to tell you right now, it was giants, okay? It was giants, right? I feel it was giants, and I feel it's pretty obvious to me that they had to do that because they were getting attacked, not necessarily consumed, but getting attacked by giants. Thank you, Tony. I appreciate you, bro. You're the man. Appreciate any donations, guys. You guys out here, any donations I follow as well. So to me, there's just no question. And you guys, there's lore all over of giants in the Americas. All right. Red-haired giants. Sarah Winnemucca wrote in her biography. Okay. Lovelock Caves. this gentleman, he wanted to go get bat guano out of there. He was going to create a fertilizer company because it was bat guano, feet thick on this cave floor, right? So as he's taking it out, he starts finding bones of giants that were 9, 10, sometimes 12 feet tall. Okay. And Sarah Winnemucca wrote in her autobiography, she was a Paiute Indian, about the red-haired giants and how these Native American cultures were warring with them constantly. And how they finally beat them, they allied. They gained an alliance with all the other Native American cultures around. They drove them into these Lovelock Caves, and they basically pulled a bunch of brush in front of the caves and lit it on fire, smoking them out. Well, the ones that did exit the cave, they were waiting, and they bombarded them with arrows. The ones that didn't died in the caves. Now, it is said that one of her dresses, if you look it up right now, it's the one on Wikipedia. Sarah Winnemucca, the dress she's wearing on Wikipedia is supposedly made out of giant hair, red-haired giant hair. And she said it's the only one of its kind. So it's been proven time and time again, you guys. I know people hate, people like to say, oh, there's never giants. Well, there was actually giant structures all over the Americas, right? When we got here. Basically structures that you could tell were built by the ancient builder race, all right? And they were all trashed due to, this was per Congress. The last one in existence was, there was a meeting held. There was a meeting held at this structure that they could obviously tell was built by giants or an advanced race. I want to say it was in Colorado, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But you can look it up. The last meeting that the government held for Congress was held at said structure before they trashed it. Basically, they said, if you guys want to go take a look at these awesome, amazing structures that were built by these ancient people, go take a look because we're going to trash it after we do it. Right? So that's what happened to all of the structures the giants created in our world or our land. The government. They didn't want people to know about it. Why? I don't know. It's been an ongoing thing. It's just been an ongoing thing. People still tell me I'm crazy all the time for it. I mean, seeing in my comments, but it's gaining momentum. There's a lot more people out there that believe giants than there ever has. There ever has been. And like I say, guys, I've seen enough stories. I've done enough research. I get a lot of accounts. I get a lot of sources. There's just no question in my mind that this ancient race was much more advanced than us. And yeah, they were absolutely tall. They were tall. Giants have been talked about all over the world. I just actually realized somebody sent this to me. I never really studied Islam, okay? But the Quran states that Adam was 14 foot tall. That's the first account I've ever heard of Adam being a giant. The first account. And shit, the Quran's pretty popular. Not pretty, it is. You know what I'm saying? It said in there that Adam was in fact 14 foot tall. Now, the Christian Bible does not state this, or nor does really any other, but Quran's pretty old, man. I don't know. You're almost 7 feet. This guy says I'm almost 7 feet, so I can see how it's real. See? And you're a baby giant, bro. I would probably agree with that, Two-Face 888. I'm going to read a little more into it, but I believe it's probably less fabricated. Sure. Oh, man, North Carolina, dude, yeah. You ain't heard of the Navy SEALs encounter with the Sasquatches? Ah, nice. He said that's why Indians put up their hands and let them know they have 6 fingers. said, finally alive, then it's not boring as F. No, bro. I get this all the time. This person's like, the giants come from demons. No. Just like anything, there's good and bad. Yin and yang. South Pacific mythology. Okay. Sounds intriguing. But no, I looked and you guys, there's no pictures of any G E Kincaid, and that's one of the biggest debunkers of this. That's what the guys who don't want to believe in anything that they don't read in a textbook say, is that you cannot find any written record of G E Kincaid or S.A. Jordan. Underground Egyptian city. All right, let's see. So yeah, the lore goes back, and like I say, in the stories that I've heard from the Mexican folklore, it coincides with exactly what they're saying about this temple. And what's crazy to me too is another thing that I noticed that it was kind of crazy is how deep the waters were. That blew my mind. How he said the steps came down and they came down to the riverbed 30 yards, but the water, he figures, was actually at that height. Now, to me, that's definitely, like you say, the Great Flood, all right? The Great Flood. The waters eventually resided, but that was how they got away from it. And maybe even, if it's 1,600 meters deep, maybe they had a fail-safe. Maybe it wasn't always under the cavern door, but it was actually, above it at times. Okay, right here. Okay, here's actually, so this is what I've been looking for. This is Kincaid's actually handwritten report. This is G E Kincaid's handwritten report with all the details. I finally found it, all right? Actually, okay, I take that back. It is his handwritten report, but this is also the article. So this is the exact article found in the Gazette, all right, which they interviewed Kincaid. So this is the article found in the Gazette, okay? The latest news of progress on these explorations of what is now regarded by scientists as not only the oldest archaeological discovery in the United States, but one of the most valuable in the world, which was mentioned some time ago in the Gazette, was brought to the city yesterday by G E Kincaid, the explorer who found the great underground citadel of the Grand Canyon during a trip from Green River, Wyoming, down the Colorado in a wooden boat to Yuma several months ago. According to the story related to the Gazette by Mr. Kincaid, the archaeologists of the Smithsonian Institute, which is financing the expeditions, have made discoveries that almost conclusively prove that the race which inhabited this mysterious cavern, hewn in solid rock by human hands, was of Oriental origin, possibly from Egypt, tracing back to Ramses. If their theories are borne out by the translation of the tablets engraved with hieroglyphs, they were finding gold tablets engraved with hieroglyphs. The mystery of the prehistoric peoples of North America, their ancient arts, who they were and when they came, will be solved. It's, again, Egypt in the Nile and Arizona in the Colorado will be linked by a historical chain running back ages, which staggers the wildest fancy of the fiction. So a thorough examination. Under the direction of Professor S.A. Jordan, the Smithsonian Institute is now prosecuting the most thorough explorations, which will be continued until the last link in the chain is forged, nearly a mile underground. The long main passage has been delved into to find another mammoth chamber from which radiates scores of passageways, like the spokes of a wheel. Several hundred rooms have been discovered, reached by passageways running from the main passage, one of them having been explored for 854 feet and another for 634 feet. The recent finds include articles that have never been known as native to this country, and doubtless they had their origin in the Orient. So they're thinking Tibet, which they discovered Mount Kailash in Tibet. Mount Kailash in Tibet has a Hall of Records. Okay? They've been discovered. There's a Hall of Records in Mount Kailash in Tibet. And there's actually rumor that one of their ancient gods, or one of their most powerful figures in history, is in meditation in Mount Kailash, waiting to wake up. Now you can look it up. It's a wild story, but yeah, there's supposedly these divine beings or giants, possibly, in Mount Kailash in Tibet. All right, still today. So they're probably, if they're in meditation, they're just in their astral. They're in their astral body, their spirit body. Okay? If you believe in that stuff. I do. You don't have to. So, the recent finds include articles that have been found, war weapons, copper instruments, sharp-edged and as hard as steel. Another thing, copper weapons. Okay? This is another thing I thought was crazy. Copper weapons. What hates copper? In theory, giants hate copper. God used copper shackles when he cast the fallen into hell. Okay? Copper shackles. So just the fact that these weapons are made out of copper, interesting, right? Interesting. So indicate the high state of civilization reached by these strange people. Because today, forgers, chemists, all of it, all of them who research how to harden copper, they still can't do it. Still can't do it today. But these people could. So it tells how advanced they were. So interested scientists become that preparations are being made to equip the camp for extensive studies, and the force will be increased to 30 or 40 people. So this is Mr. Kincaid's report. So this was interesting. Mr. Kincaid was the first white child born in Idaho. I didn't know that. I mean, I thought that was kind of odd. Must have been mostly inhabited by natives at this time. So, has been an explorer and hunter all of his life, 30 years having been in the service of the Smithsonian Institute. Even briefly recounted, his history sounds fabulous, almost grotesque. First, I would impress that the cavern is nearly inaccessible. The entrance is 1,486 feet down the sheer canyon wall. It is located on government land, and no visitor will be allowed there under penalty of trespass. The scientists wish to work unmolested, without fear of archaeological discoveries being disturbed by curio or relic hunters. So that's one of the main reasons they locked it off in the first place, was they wanted to preserve what was in the tunnels. I mean, and I could get that. I could get that because, you know, if you let every average Joe or every citizen just go in and check it out, yeah, people are going to rob and pillage and steal. So yeah, as soon as they found this cavern, boom, it was off limits, man. They closed down this this whole section of the canyon. So a trip there would be fruitless, and the visitor would be sent on his way. The story of how I found the cavern has been related, but in a paragraph. I was journeying down the Colorado River in a boat alone, looking for mineral. Some 42 miles up the river from the El Tovar Crystal Canyon, I saw on the east wall stains in the sedimentary formation about 2,000 feet above the riverbed. There was no trail at this point, but I finally reached it with great difficulty. Above a shelf that hid it from view from the river was the mouth of the cave. There are steps leading from the entrance some 30 yards to what was, at the time, the cavern. " It was inhabited, and it had to have been the level of the river," he goes on to say. When I saw the chisel marks on the wall inside the entrance, I became interested. Securing my gun, I went in. During that trip, I went back several hundred feet along the main passage till I came to the crypt in which I discovered the mummies. One of these I stood up and photographed by flashlight. I gathered a number of relics which I carried down to the Colorado to Yuma, from which I shipped to Washington, and there you go. The passages. The main passageway is about 12 feet wide, and you can see here, I'll put this up now since I'm describing the passages here. You can say I need a green screen over there on YouTube. The main passageway, 12 feet wide, narrowing to 9 feet towards the further end. About 57 feet from the entrance, the first side passages branch off. 1, 2. Okay? Along which, on both sides, are a number of rooms about the size of ordinary living rooms today, though some are 30 by 40 feet square. The giants' rooms. These are entered by oval-shaped doors and are ventilated by round air spaces through the walls into the passages. The walls are about 3 feet 6 inches in thickness. The passages are chiseled or hewn as straight as could be laid out by any modern engineer. The ceilings of many of the rooms converge to the center. The side passages near the entrance run at a sharp angle from the main hall, but toward the rear. They gradually reach a right angle in direction. The shrine. Over 100 feet from the entrance is the cross halls, right there. Okay? Several hundred feet long, in which I found an idol or image of the people's god sitting cross-legged with a lotus flower or lily in each hand. The cast of the face is oriental, and the carving of this cavern. The idol almost resembles Buddha, though the scientists are not certain as to what religion it represents. Taking into consideration everything found thus far, it is possible that the worship resembles ancient people of Tibet. Surrounding the idol are smaller idols, some very beautiful in form, others crooked-necked and distorted in shapes, symbolical, probably of good and evil. There are 2 large cactuses with protruding arms, one on each side of the dais on which the god squats. All this is carved out of hard rock resembling marble. In the opposite corner of this hall were found tools of descriptions made of copper. These people undoubtedly knew the lost art of hardening this metal, which has been sought by chemists for centuries without result. On a bench running around the workroom was some charcoal and other material probably used in the hardening process. There is also slag and stuff similar to mat, showing that these ancients smelted ores. But so far, no trace of where or how this was done has been discovered, nor the origin of the ore. I thought very interesting. Among the other finds are vases, urns, and cups of copper and gold, made very artistic in design. The pottery work includes enameled ware and glazed vessels. Another passageway leads to granaries, such as are found in Oriental temples. They contain seeds of various kind. One very large storehouse, and this was weird, you guys. This one really creeped me out. One very large storehouse has not been entered, as it is 12 feet high and can only be reached from above. 2 copper hooks extend on the edge, which indicates that some sort of ladder was attached. These granaries are rounded, as the materials of which they are constructed, I think, is a very hard cement. A gray metal is also found in the cavern, which puzzles the scientists, for its identity has not been established. It resembles platinum. Strewn promiscuously over the floor everywhere are what people call cat's eyes, a yellow stone of no great value. Each one is engraved with the head of the Malay type. So as I'm reading this, you guys, listen to the detail. How can somebody be making this up? Right? The hieroglyphs on all urns or walls over doorways and tablets of stone which were found by the image are the mysterious hieroglyphs, the key to which the Smithsonian Institute hopes yet to discover. The engraving on the tablets probably has something to do with the religion of the people. Similar hieroglyphs have been found in southern Arizona. Among the pictorial writings, only 2 animals were found. One is of prehistoric type. The tomb or crypt in which the mummies were found is one of the largest, the walls slanting back at about 35 degrees. On these are tiers of mummies, each one occupying a separate hewn shelf. At the head of each is a small bench, on which is found copper cups and pieces of broken swords. Some of the mummies are covered with clay, and all are wrapped in a bark fabric. The urns or cups on the lower tiers are crudes, while as the higher shelves are reached, the urns are finer in design, showing a later stage of civilization. It is worthy of note that all the mummies examined so far have proved to be male, no children or females being buried here, belief that the exterior section was the warriors' barracks. And this was also weird to me. This was also really odd to me. Among the discoveries, no bones of animals have been found. No skin, no clothing, no bedding. So they were not eating or hunting animals. Thought that to be very odd. Okay. One room about 40 by 700 feet. Can you imagine it? A room 40 by 700 feet. They assume was the main dining hall, for cooking utensils have been found there. What these people lived on is a problem, though it is presumed that they came south in the winter and farmed in the valleys going back north in the summer. So they don't understand how or what they ate to live on. A little weird, very interesting. Upwards of 50,000 people could have lived in these caverns comfortably. 50,000. One theory is that the present Indian tribes found in Arizona are descendants of the serfs or slaves of people which inhabited the cave. I'm 50-50 on that. Undoubtedly, a good many thousands of years before the Christian era, people lived here which reached a high stage of civilization. The chronology of human history is full of gaps. Professor Jordan is much enthused over the discoveries and believes that the find will prove of incalculable value in archaeological work. Could you imagine being those guys? Could you imagine being S.A. Jordan and G E Kincaid, making one of the most amazing discoveries in history, all for it to just be covered up, and all for you to be stricken from history as never even existing? No pictures, no nothing. That would be disheartening. Probably a lot of what the same type of thing that the guys who landed on the moon the first time felt. Because what they found on the moon, whole nother story. One thing I have not spoken of, maybe of interest. This was interesting, you guys. Hold on here. I'm going to turn that off. Turn my fan off. It's a little loud. One thing I have not spoken of that may be of interest. This was really weird. There's one chamber of the passageway to which has not been ventilated. And when we approached it, a deadly, snanky smell struck us. Our light would not penetrate the gloom. It was so dark, their lights could not penetrate the gloom. And until stronger ones are available, we will not know what the chamber contains. Some say snakes, but others boo-hoo this idea and think it may contain a deadly gas or chemicals used by the ancients. No sounds are heard, but it smells snaky, just the same. The whole underground installation gives one of shaky nerves the creeps. The gloom is like a weight on one's shoulders, and our flashlights and candles only make the darkness blacker. Imagination can reveal, it says revel, but reveal in conjectures and ungodly, or revel in conjectures and ungodly daydreams back through the ages that have elapsed till the mind reels dizzily in space. Weird, right? Weird. What the hell was in there? Could it have been giants that have been dead? I mean, who knows, right? Very weird. Never ever found anything on that either. So an Indian legend or a native legend. This goes to the Hopi. In connection with this story, it is notable that among the Hopi Indians, the tradition is told that their ancestors once lived in an underworld in the Grand Canyon, till dissension arose between the good and the bad, the people of one heart and the people of two hearts. I'm going to look it up, but where's what species on earth have two hearts? Is there any? I want to say maybe a reptilian species has more than one heart. 2 or 3 even. I know, bro. She's just not feeling good. Keela Priest podcast. No. Whoa, cool. He said, please tell me you watched the Keela Priest podcast. They spoke about the spaceship left under the Sphinx's paw. What? So, the people of two hearts. Octopuses have two hearts? Okay. Octopuses have two hearts. Interesting. Heart and the mind. I don't know. Is there... I'm aware of that ship, she says. And 8 brains. Interesting. There's no reptilian. Look up reptilian. Somebody find it. See if they find it. Reptilian or lizard type things have two hearts. Is there any? Snakes, whatever. Okay, so the people of one heart and the people of two hearts. Machado, who was their chief, the Hopi chief at the time, counseled them to leave the underworld, but there was no way out. The chief then caused a tree to grow up and pierce the roof of the underworld, and then the people of one heart climbed out. They tarried by Red River, which is in Colorado, and then they grew grain and corn. They sent out a message to the temple of the sun, asking the blessing of peace, goodwill, and rain for people of one heart. That messenger never returned, but today at the Hopi villages at sundown can be seen the old men of the tribe out on the housetops gazing toward the sun, looking for the messenger. When he returns, their lands and ancient dwelling place will be restored to them. That is the tradition. Among the engravings of the animals in the cave is seen the image of a heart over a spot where it is located. The legend was learned by W. E. Rollins, the artist, during a year spent with the Hopi Indians. There are 2 theories of the origin of the Egyptians. One is that they came from Asia, another that the racial cradle was in the Upper Nile region. Herein, an Egyptologist believed in the Indian origin of the Egyptians. The discoveries in the Grand Canyon may throw further light on human evolution and prehistoric ages. So one of the biggest things I found strange was that a known newspaper like the Arizona Gazette published an article about a great and wonderful underground Egyptian city hidden in the Grand Canyon, and then nothing. There were no more articles, follow-ups, or other newspapers that even wrote about this. The information was just gone. I must ask myself, why was this article written? Was it another article that had no grounds or rights to speak of, or was it something else? I tend to believe that something doesn't seem right. Then it probably isn't. I decided to take on the story, and I spent over 8 years researching anything I could find. 8 years of research, and I found many resources and information, but has it been enough? That depends on the eye of the beholder. I do think I have the narrowed down within a 2-mile stretch, and I feel that it could just be the right place. This area is south of the Lake Powell Dam and several miles along the Colorado River. So nobody knows where this entrance is. It goes along with the Arizona Gazette description, and I believe that because the East Canyon walls are owned by the Navajo Indians, there's a good possibility that I have the correct spot. Could you imagine actually going and checking for, looking for it? Another thing that I found interesting was a temporary tramway constructed and used. What was it used for? This location of the tramway was too far away for the use of construction on the Lake Powell Dam. So what was the tramway used for? Could be another clue to the mystery. This is just some gentleman that went into it and dug. The more I dug into this story to see if I could prove or disprove the credibility, the more I found confusing information. When I started finding conflicting information like this, I started to wonder if there can be some truth to it. There's a lot of information that I will not disclose at this time, but I'll disclose in a later article. I mostly want to bring this theory to the public's attention and let you start your research. I would like to plant a seed and see if it grows. Perhaps you're perhaps open your mind a little and send you down the rabbit hole. Why would they hide this? The biggest reason would be because it would change history as we know it. A lost city that has similar statues as Egypt and China would not go along with what we know in history for North America. There are many accounts of the Spanish voyaging to America, but not the Egyptian and Chinese. Would history like this matter? One reason I suspect a story like this could be hidden from the public would be that they wouldn't want explorers and adventurers traveling the Grand Canyon area looking for clues in what could be a dangerous environment. From what is mentioned in the article, the climb up or down the Grand Canyon walls could pose a serious threat. We all know and have seen what it is like during Black Friday. People running around and doing whatever they can to get a bargain. Treasure hunting can be the same way. I think they got the entrance closed right off. What? Whoa. Jacob of Ephraim, dude. Fucking, you're a G, dog. You're a G. So my boy Jacob of Ephraim here on YouTube. Subscribe to his page. He's got some good stuff. He said, dragons have two hearts. Okay. And this is what he said about it. One heart for creating fire for the dragons. So one heart for creating fire takes a lot of energy. The second is for their normal body functions. So could it have been the fallen reptilians? Who knows? Hybrids. I knew the two hearts thing had something to do with reptilians. Thank you, Jake. Appreciate you. Thank you. Because I guarantee you can't probably Google that shit. Appreciate that, bro. So, yeah. There you go. How did I have a funny feeling that it was the reptilian of some sort? I tried to say natives. Somebody got mad at me. I tried to say natives. So what's your people called if you're just one people, if you don't want to be called anything else? What's that one people called? Curious. Hey, I appreciate that, guys. Sounds like you think everything is a demon. Yeah. Demons are real, but they're not as physical bodied. The gods are aliens, period. Yes, it's definitely sealed off. Made to hide demons. Thank you. I appreciate it. Make sure you guys are subscribing to my YouTube, man. Love your content. Best page on TikTok. Thank you so much. Has anybody seen if Mini Minuteman, he did a debunk on me yet? Did he do any hater shit yet? Yep. Back live, Susie Bell. So my YouTube link is in the bio on my main TikTok page. Say what? Nice. Tried to see if we could go on Skinwalker Ranch and almost got arrested, dude said. Oh, I don't know, bro. Somebody is. There's always somebody. Oh, there's a lot of stuff out there. Appreciate that. Dude, you guys, I'll tell you, if you guys watch my TikToks, dude, give me some positive comments because holy crap, I get a lot of haters. It's like, you know, I see all the likes and I'm like, where are all the commenters that liked it, you know? They don't comment because they don't want to admit they believe in anything like that. They're scared to admit it. Kind of funny. I can't believe how many people I actually have on my YouTube live. Thank you guys for coming out tonight. I really appreciate it. I'm going to start going live, try to at least every other day, and try to by midnight. I don't want to, you know, keep going on too late because people have to work and stuff like that. Cool. Appreciate that, J-Bay. Oh. Driving us, but what about the video? What? I never could find it. Oh shit, bro. Damn it. It's in my Proton mail. Let me try and find him on YouTube right now. Let me try and find him. Dude, you don't bother me, but you hit me up. You ask me about that every time, bro, and I owe it to you to find the damn thing. I always forget. YouTube. So what he's asking about, this dude, my boy here, Jarrett Forbes, he wants to know, he wants this video about the black goo, okay? The venom black goo. It's real. So it's like a primordial soup. It's gnarly shit. Also known as graphene oxide. That's the only time I'm going to say that. So don't ask again. Because they'll flag me. Okay. Tube.com. Bam. Look it up. Okay. Scientist. He's one of the most popular to talk about this. Oh, no. Hold on. It was on the, okay. Goo Israeli news interview. That's what you could type, news interview. Where are you at? I don't like to bring it up. A girl sent this to me. Where are you at? Grr. Oh, shit. Someone was on my followers when they go on here. I don't know my Proton mail. Just for you, bro. Hold on. Just wait 1 second, guys. I'm just going to switch apps to go to my Proton mail. Take 2 seconds. Search. Oh, fuck. Amber. Oh. Where are you at? Okay. No. Damn it. No. Crap. Where is she? Oh. She's way back here. Sorry, guys. Hold on. Most unusual. Where you at? Shit. Come on. way back here. Holy crap. Yes. Can you see me? Sorry, guys. I know that took a lot longer than expected. But I found it, bro. I found it. So hold on. Shit. Can I not comment on here? Can I not comment on here? Probably not. Hold on. Here we go. Check out this website. Oh, of course. Why not, right? Why not? It's going to be way too big. Hold on. God dang, man. There, bro. Here. Boom. There you go. That is where you can see the video. Check it out, dog. You will find out some... Dude, that interview's nuts. So this is an interview with the... And actually, I could comment on you guys. Hold on. I'll give you guys the web address. This is the website where you can see this Israeli News Network interview with the gentleman who was a lab tech that worked on and experimented with black goo. Okay? Black goo. Very interesting interview. Take a screenshot, whatever you do. HTTPS. It's iConnect, maybe. Yeah, you got it. It's iConnect too. If you can't see the I in there. iConnect fx.com. You can't really, it is hard to find. It is hard to find. It's pretty buried. /6469f 234 hyphen, God, I hate freaking web addresses. 6 CF 6, holy crap, hyphen EB 11, oh my God, hyphen 9969 hyphen 0050 568 299 DE. If you guys are interested, check it out. Freaking really cool video. He talks about some crazy stuff in it too, you guys. Dude, I was looking into NFTs for a while. You gotta have, if you want to start out with them and you want to make some real money, you gotta have $1,000, bro. There's no time for small time. The astral realm ain't a prison. Who said that? Yeah, I agree. It's not a prison. What's you guys talking about? The Jabberjackal. What the fuck you talking about? Oh, what? F2, Jake. For real? I gotta watch what I say on the talk. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Stephanie Jordan. So, okay, I did buy some Shiba Inu. I bought some Shiba Inu crypto. I bought $170 worth. I'm crossing my fingers on it. That's all I can afford. But I bought $170 worth of Shiba Inu crypto. So, hopefully something happens. What? Somebody help him with that spelling. I just got to be careful because that stuff is very, very touchy to talk about. Project Paperclip, true story. You said Astral Realm, don't go there. It's not real. It's possession. Maybe. I've heard both sides of the spectrum, bro. I've heard both sides of that coin. I've heard both sides of that coin. Go to the light, then don't go to the light. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, astral projection is real. Mr. Beast joined. Yeah, right. Cool. You got him took care of, guys. Good job. So make sure you guys do. I'm actually excited. I like to see the number of people I got on my YouTube live. That's actually pretty good compared to what I've had in the past. So, yeah, make sure you guys are checking my YouTube. My link's in my TikTok bio. Like, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. Now, also, please check out my new Facebook page. It's kind of getting rolling, popping off a little bit. So someday I may not be, poor. Hoping. Demons are there reaching. Maybe. Yeah, dude, I know, bro. But what's beyond the astral? Where's the realm of good? If there's the astral realm's no good, then what is the realm that is? Shh, don't say that too much, bro. Amity Morton. And we don't call it the jab. Yeah, exactly. Yin and yang, bro. Yin and yang. So, he said the Kabbalah said there are many worlds. So, in ancient Mexican lore, there were a group of people that believed that our landmass was 1,000 times bigger than what we're told. What video, bro? Oh, I can't start that video. I don't know. What up from Phoenix? How you doing? I have an aunt that lives down there. She's always begging me to come out. Dude, isn't that tight? Don't you like that? Matrix wisdom, bro? That's G shit. They talk about some cool stuff. Yeah, I bet. It's just starting to get cold up here. So, yeah, you can play with black goo. It's a hyper-intelligent substance. It's neutral in the beginning. The more evil that it is taking place around it, the more evil it absorbs. The more good that it's taking place around it, the more good it absorbs. And it naturally goes towards whichever side, just like venom, right? Just like venom. Venom is what? Naturally evil, the black goo, right? Well, what happens? He finds a inherently good host, a good man. And slowly what happens? Venom becomes good and fights evil. And that's because his host is inherently good. He has these evil traits and these demon-like qualities, but his good host slowly transforms him. Could be, if it's black, Botox. Yeah, black goo's gnarly, dude. It's actually created by Mother Earth, and it was created by the ancient Draconian reptilians as well, that they sent them. Sure, yeah, a lot like the Mask movie. There you go. Same concept. Moses' staff was laden in black goo, and so was the Spirit of Destiny. Video is all. It's a video. It's an interesting video. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Yes, so, dude, it's funny you say that. It's either going to be that is going to be my next video, like Baikal, or Tesla. So I read it, or I watched actually a good video on YouTube the other day talking about how Nikola Tesla was most likely responsible for one of the greatest, what is believed to be, meteorital explosions in the modern era in Siberia. The only problem is they never found a crater. They had a portion, like a 80, what did they say? Wanted to say they said something like, man, it was 80,000 acres or something. 4,000 kilometers square, something like that. Area in Siberia where all of a sudden there was this massive explosion and it flattened the trees and the landscape in a perfect circle. I mean, a perfect circle. Okay. They never found a crater impact, like I said. So what they being the government or media or officials determined or came to the conclusion that they, or speculated, to be honest, that it was a meteor that exploded above the ground. Never made impact. Well, there's a rumor or a story that Nikola Tesla, what did they call it? Of course, I'm not going to remember the instrument's name. It was something similar, like to his. He had an oscillator, which was that could cause earthquakes, and then he had another machine, much like the Tesla Tower, I guess you'd say. But it wasn't quite that. It was he described it, and he made it in the late 1800s as a transformer of sorts that could create energy. He described it as it could knock out, it would basically break down enough energy to knock out 10,000 planes at 200 miles away, and the energy would be in a stream the size of a hair on your head. Okay, the energy would be confined or compacted into a beam the size of the hair on our heads. Okay, crazy shit. But not only that, he claimed that he could build, and he offered it to nations all over the world. He wanted Jack Morgan, not JP, Jack Morgan, JP's son. He asked him to help fund it, but he didn't. So he put it out there that he was offering it to other nations' military. So he figured he'd get backing. Well, all it did was actually draw attention to him, and then the military started raiding his offices to no avail. They never found the documents that created this said. It's basically a direct energy weapon, right? But he said that it not only could shoot things out of the sky, but it could create a Wakanda-like dome, right? A Wakanda-style energy force field dome that would block any incoming missiles or any incoming enemy. Okay? He basically said it would create a world peace because every nation could be protected. So, lore states, or story says, that in the early 1900s, I want to say it was like before 1910, from 1900 to 1910, he did a test run on this said direct energy weapon. He did a test run to see if it worked. Now, nobody ever knew if he tested it, but supposedly at a birthday party gathering dinner for him, he got up and spoke, and a reporter asked him about this said weapon and if it exists, and he said, well, I just tested it the other day. Of course it does. You know what I'm saying? So he tested it, he shot it off, and he was trying to hit the Arctic. He had it pointed towards the Arctic, so it wouldn't hurt anybody. Well, he missed, and it ended up in Russia, in Siberia. Witnesses state they saw a blue energy-like ball flying through the air and when it made impact with the ground, and it literally just went woof, and it blew the trees over. And you can go look it up. Go look up pictures. You can see the Siberian. Oh, I don't know what the hell. It's a river. It's a river. It's an interesting river. But look it up. The Siberian crater of the early 1900s. Supposedly Tesla did it. Supposedly it was Tesla. He actually, rumor has it that a couple people were killed in the test run. So after that, Tesla, being the humanitarian philanthropist that he is, shut the project down and never started it back up again. The military didn't seem interested. I don't understand why. I mean, come on, this technology is insane, right? I don't understand why they wouldn't be interested, but they weren't, I guess. I don't know. To be honest, they really were. I'm sure they probably just stole it, and, you know, nowadays they have it. But could you imagine that? A Wakanda-style energy dome shield around each land? What a crazy concept. So powerful that it would create world peace. So why wouldn't they want it? There you go. They didn't want world peace. There's no money in peace, right? Maybe that's why they didn't want to ever make it. Big oil. There you go. Man, it amazes me looking back. It amazes me how Tesla and all of his amazing inventions were just squashed like a bug every time. Every time, it don't matter what it was, that guy did not get supported in any way, shape, or form. He was trying to give us all these gifts, right? And just kept getting just shit on, man. I mean, it's really just it's really freaking mind-blowing. Because, you would think there's one rich a-hole out there who would be like, oh, I see potential in making more money off his inventions. When no, not one. They were all in cahoots against him. Pretty mind-blowing, really. I truly believe he was Venetian. I truly believe Tesla was from Venus. I believe that his bloodline hailed from there, and they were super advanced, and they still are. And they were giving us a gift in him, right? The Venetians are much like humans, just more advanced. What they figured is they would give one of their people who were of higher intelligence, higher evolutionary intelligence, and they would give us this gift to this guy to create these amazing energy sources, all this stuff, free energy, Wi-Fi, right? Wireless energy, Wi-Fi, all of it. And we just shit on it. Standard, right? We totally shit on it. And I think did he die of old age? I think he died of old age. Of course they did. That's why now they have direct energy weapons. It is sad. It's very sad. Oh yeah, we're probably close to 300 years. Did you guys see my video? Did I post that on TikTok? The video? Did I post that on TikTok? I got it on my YouTube and my reels on Facebook. This new USO. Jacob of Ephraim saw it because I know he commented on it. I saw it. This UFO, this new USO hybrid, was shown coming out of the water like this. And I said military or alien, and people are saying military. What are you looking for? Where can I find them? Roblox. I don't even know what Roblox is. I agree. I think Tesla was killed. Did you get that, Jarrett? Did you get that website? What is coming to fruition? I believe too. Hold on. I know. Can't believe he died broke. Got his ideas from India? Okay. Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's all about the money. Energy money, yep. What's happening? Tunguska. Yes, thank you. Tunguska. That's the crater. Thank you. Damn, that smells. What's that? Yes, absolutely. Big oil is behind it. Wakanda. Yes, I've read a little bit about that. Trump's grandfather working with Tesla to make a time machine. Yeah, we should have free energy a long time ago. I see all these windmills being put up around me. I see all these massive windmills, dude, that have to cost millions of dollars to make, millions of dollars to build, millions of dollars to haul. I mean, you should see the semis that haul one of these blades. I mean, these blades are probably, they got to be a football field in length, damn near. They got to be. Maybe longer. They got to be longer than that, probably. I don't even know. They're ridiculous. But they got to have an oversized load haul it. I heard it takes $100,000 just to haul one blade. So on that note, and then the depreciation they have, or they depreciate. You know, they die. They take repairs. They grow old. The lifespan of them is only 19 to 20 years before you got to put millions into rebuilding them. Now you're telling me that for the same fucking price, you can't put a singular windmill in the back of every taxpayer's yard. A little one that's 30 feet tall, maybe. You're telling me that all these stupid ass windmills that are polluting our skylines, they're literally polluting our skylines. They're killing our birds. Okay? And they blink like red all night. I heard that people who have them by their houses, they get sun glares off the blades when they turn. Sun glares in their windows constantly. You're telling me you couldn't put a fucking windmill in every taxpayer's backyard for the same price or cheaper? Bullshit. Yes, you could. That's free energy. And where the hell's the energy going? That's another thing that irritates me about those. Who knows where it's going? I don't have free energy, but I got to look at the damn things. I don't have free energy. Where the fuck's it going? Oh, probably storage units underground for the elite and the government to keep. Probably massive storage cells. So when shit hits the fan, they're took care of. Telling you. Bullshit. Profit from our taxes, don't they? Yeah, I did. I invested into that Shiba Inu. That's all I've ever invested in it. It's not always about profit. There you go. Oh, Jarrett, bro. Awesome. The elite put them up. They get free energy. They sell it back to us. Motherfucker. Wouldn't even doubt it, dude. Wouldn't even doubt it. Jesus. That's fucked up. I gotta be careful. I don't want to get too pissed off, passionate, get kicked out. But it's looking like my YouTube lives are starting to get decent. The bladeless windmills. Interesting. Interesting. Jordan Stephanie on here said, bingo. Hey, what's up, man? Cool. Cambodia. Cool, bro. Wild. I appreciate that, my guy. Oh, okay, you think Tesla was Tartarian? Sure. I can dig it. I don't know what happened to the Tartarians. Very weird. Maybe the people that built the Grand Canyon Temple were Tartarian. Going good, man. Going good. Really no complaints. Had a good day. Just took it easy. So like I say, my YouTube's going nuts. My Facebook page is going nuts. So I'm excited, man. So I've been putting a lot of work in my Facebook page and Facebook Reels, stuff like that. What? Nice, bro. Good work, Jarrett. What one did you make 700 off of, my guy? What one did you make 700? My dad made 15 grand the other day off Shiba. What? Oh, let's go. Come on, baby. 15 racks. Let's go. Come on. Daddy needs a new truck. $15 racks off Shiba. How much did you invest to make that 700, Jarrett? Yeah, I do a little bit. I haven't gained in a long time, though. 250? Shit, I should check mine, dog. I invested like 160, 170. And it was probably like 2 or 3 days ago. Nice, dude. Bam. I wanted to get in there. So, you know what's crazy? Did you guys remember when shit. Oh, the rapper. I can't think of his damn name. Of course. I heard you dump Shiba. Huh. I'm white. that rapper that made his CD and NFT. You could buy that NFT for $1 when he first made it, right? I wish I would have been into NFTs at this time. Oh, I wish I would have been into NFTs at this time. You could buy his NFT for $1, his CD that he made an NFT, and now it's worth 60 racks a piece. Tory Lanez. Yeah, Tory Lanez or whatever. Tory Lanez. Yeah. He said some people bought 60 of them. 60 racks a piece. Crazy. Yeah, I'm live on TikTok too. Did you see the iceberg of conspiracies? Carbon coins. Tom McDonald. Interesting. Good morning, Sweden. How you doing, girl? Or guy? Guy? Girl? AJ, guy. I think. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, no, just talking about Shiba and Tory Lanez' little NFT venture where he sold a CD on NFTs. I wish I'd have been on NFTs then because I'd have bought it. I like him. I'm actually a fan. Couldn't think of his name, but I used to bump his music before he kind of, YouTube link in the bio on my TikTok, fam. Hey, I appreciate that, dude. Cool. So I am going to go live. I am going to do my podcast with Terrence Ross here. That's what I thought. I thought so. Thank you. Sorry, AJ. Sorry, girl. I'm hitting him up. We're going to talk. So I'm taking a little while because I wanted to get monetized on YouTube first, right? Before I did my podcast with Terrence Ross. I wanted to get monetized on YouTube, get it all squared away, which it's a pain in the ass, but I got it. Also, I am talking to this gentleman who is in the works making a movie called They Were Giants. There Were Giants. Really cool trailer, really cool freaking looking movie. But he's creating it, but he's on one of these websites where you present your idea or you start an idea of film and you put it on said website and they're looking for donations to finish the film, right? Thank you so much, AJ. They're looking for donations. They need 250,000. I think they're not very thank you so much. They're not very into that 250 yet. But, guy like Terrence Ross, you never know. I'm not going to obviously ask him, any type of shit like that, but I'm just going to present the idea out there, just throw it out there. Because you guys, I'm telling you, there's no series on Giants. There is no series on Giants on Netflix. You can't find it. There's no series on Giants. There's hardly any movies on Giants. And I believe that is an untapped money-making motherfucker if we can get some movies going about these said Giants. Even the Kandahar Giant. What a cool-ass movie that'd make, right? Kandahar Giant would be a fucking awesome movie, the first one. And then there's a second one, okay? And then we got the Giants in Antarctica. I mean, dude, why? I mean, holy shit. You guys saw my Giants in Antarctica story. Whether true or not, what a fucking cool movie. You know what I mean? So basically, if I advertise this said video or series, I think they're going to try and make it a series and get funding for it, I get a cut. So if it ends up on Netflix, I get a cut. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of trying to push it. It looks sweet. They did a good job. Like, it doesn't seem cheesy at all. They put good production into it. It looks professional. It looks real. And yeah, I was trying to get it around talking to him. I said, if I'm going to get on this podcast with this dude that plays the NBA, that's obviously, balling, he's set, you know what I'm saying? Like I've seen his contracts, like, dude, if I'm going to present something like this to this guy, I want my cut. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to sit here and advertise this, and then all of a sudden he funds it or helps with it in a big way, and I get cut out of it. I want my cut. You know what I'm saying? For free. So, yeah. The trailer's awesome. The trailer is awesome. It ends with this dude who so basically it starts out like this. There's this guy who lives in, I don't know exactly where, but they live in this mountainous region, and he's a townie, right? But he's super engulfed in giant lore and believes there's a giant in a said cave system nearby. But he has to wake him. And he goes and he starts hanging like with this chick, right? Well, it turns out that the final factor was bringing a chick nearby. Endorphins help him wake up, you know, right? Type shit. Like you offer, kind of like King Kong, female. So they go to this cave. He's got this chick with him, and there's this other guy with him, buddy, and they do this supposedly like this like said ritual or something. I don't know. I would watch a little more, but a ritual, and all of a sudden, the dude's staring at the cave, and the chick's standing over here, and then his buddy's over by the fire, and he turns around, and his buddy is just looking up at this giant, and this giant's got long hair. It looks so real. It looks so real. And the guy like has this like, I think the guy had like a gun or something, because obviously he was like, I think he was like the muscle supposed to be, and he's just sitting there like holding the said gun, and the giant puts his hand on his head, and then just goes like this, woo, and just basically just grabs his head and goes, boom, and just squashes it like a bug, man. I'm like, yes, sick, you know? So I really want it to go. It's sweet. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, AJ. I knew that. I've known your picture. That's why I said, at first I said chick, because I knew. I know you're regular. Yeah, dude, right, Jared? I thought it looked sick, dude. So I'd love to, you know, it's something that I if it got the funding, dude, I know the series would pop on Netflix. Like I mean, these guys are professionals. They're legit. I know the series would pop. It's just a matter of getting the funding to get it done. Once that happens, I'm telling you, it'll go. It would be awesome, right? Yeah, I agree. And dude, they actually even want some of my ideas. Like, dude, I have, like, after telling my giant stories, bro, I got the craziest ideas. Dude, I'm talking about the craziest, sickest animation you'll ever see. Giants making leaps and bounds, hundreds, thousands of feet. Being super fast, not clumsy, but super fast and fucking jumping and flying and fucking beating the, you know, just strong, super fast. Almost like Herculean power, right? Throwing things, like just smoking out 40, 50 dudes at once, you know, crazy shit. Yeah, like you say, again, why wouldn't they make a movie about the Kandahar Giant yet? But then it's just like everybody's going to steal my idea. Ooh, found a new mermaid in Brazil. At Good Lion Films. Really? Found a new mermaid in Brazil. At Norman Blake, yes. Make a fantastic collab. Who's Jay? It's all how you sell it, but hey. But they are dirty in my experience, okay? Gog and Magog are much bigger than those evil pawns. Check out actsofthomas.com. Interesting. Woodward TV. What? She said, Kyle, check your messenger for me. What messenger there? Gog and Magog are Bush Sr. and Bush Jr. Tesla energized a small. Oh, you sent it to my Facebook there, Stephanie? Sintamani stone in Siberia. Interesting. Patagonian giants. Check out Cap Dwa. What? Cap Dwa. Cap Dwa. Two-headed giant. Interesting. Cap Dwa. K-A-P Dwa. Two-headed giant. Patagonian times. Patagonian. Cool. That sounds cool. Sounds really cool. Cool. Thank you so much, Stephanie. I'll definitely check it out. Pretty cool footage. Jay Woodward of Woodward TV. J-A-E. Woodward. Woodward TV. Cool. How long have I been on? I've been on quite a while. 2 hours and 6 minutes. That's long enough. I'm going to cut it off, guys, just because I don't want it to be too long of lives. I have to look up polytheism. I'm not exactly sure what that means. Polytheism. Multiple theism. What's that? Multiple theism. Religious, multiple beliefs, multiple religions, multiple worship. Okay. Multiple gods. Belief in multiple gods. Okay, cool. Sure. I don't know. But why does it but belief in many gods, what if they're all the same God, right? Oh yes, Buseji Mountain Secrets, baby. Hidden from humanity.com. One of the greatest stories I've ever read. Greetings from Las Vegas. Yeah, what up, Las Vegas? I tried to go to the casino in Mount Pleasant and got worked, like I always do. Don't play slots. Okay, but just because you believe in multiple gods doesn't mean you're not talking about the same God. If you notice, multiple religions talk about the same shit. It's the same God, just talked about in a different way. Nobody ever likes to hear it, but that's the truth. Same God, just talked about in different ways. Yes, you can. Pretty easily. Because you know why? I mean, ultimately, dude, you got the people over on this continent worshiping the same God as the people over on this continent, but they describe it as Jesus, this and that, and this and that. And then the Buddhists describe it as this and that, and this and that. The Hindus describe it as, the Islams describe it as. They all have the same story, dude, just told in a different way. About the same thing and about the same God, dude. But that's the last thing I'm going to talk about religion. Just written by different men. Maybe the way you're talking is devilish. The one with Night God with a 0333, and it's obviously the one that has 2 million followers, not 1,000, a couple few thousand. So God did not mean for, and he doesn't like it when. You know what I saw the other day? This girl on TikTok, she talked about the what Einstein believed in, right? What Einstein believed in for his God. And she read exactly what it was described as. And it talked about how God doesn't necessarily want you to worship him. He doesn't want you to praise him excessively. He doesn't want you to grovel at the thought of him. He's not an egotistical God. God wants us to enjoy the gifts he has given us here on earth and this gift of life that he has given us. He wants us to embrace every experience, feeling, etc. He wants us to embrace our ways or the world around him or the world around us, nature, how beautiful it is, the creatures, all of that. That's what God wants. God wants us to embrace the gifts he has given us with appreciation. He's not necessarily wanting us to grovel over him, but he wants us to appreciate what he has given us. Not push it on other people, not force it down other people's throats. He just wants us to appreciate life and embrace it and love it and be of love, be of light, not be evil, not hate, not complain every day, not wham boo-hoo all the time like everybody does, and all that. He just wants us to be happy with what he's given. Period. Don't embrace bestiality. That's funny, bro. Yes, they do. And we have gold in our blood as well. So, yes, that's Mud Fossil University. Very, very interesting. I was watching somebody that suggested that video or that page to me many times, and I passed it up many times until the other day. I checked it out. So, what do they call gold veins? Gold veins, right? Veins of gold. So some theorize that these said veins of gold are actually veins from petrified or basically fossilized giants that once lived on the earth. When they tap into a gold vein, they're tapping into a vein in one of the giants or giant creatures of sort. Really fucking cool idea. So this Mud Fossil University guy, he showed the statue of this giant that was in perfect condition. I mean, it was immaculate, almost as if it was a real giant in real life frozen, right? Well, that's his theory. Something happened on Earth or somebody created something that could freeze giants into stone, kind of like Medusa, right? The legend or story of Medusa. She could look at you and turn you to stone. So he's gone as far as to take samples from these stones, and he has found properties or molecules or elements that are absolutely in human, blood, etc., DNA. I don't know, but basically, he's basically proved beyond a doubt, almost like almost beyond a doubt that these statues or these massive structures of what could be giants were once absolutely living. And I was like, holy shit, dude. He's a G. Oh, bro. What, Stephanie? Now you're freaking me out. Now you're crazy talking. Never know, though, right? Oh, shit. You can't say that, bro. So they're over here, y'all, talking about on my YouTube. What? So, dude, the mud fossil guy has supposedly found cave systems that are exactly the replicas of the inner ear tubes, right? So basically they're saying that cave systems are intestinal tracts of giants. Wow. That's nuts. Hud was a giant 36 foot tall in the Middle East. Until this day, people walk up and down his femur as a hill. Wow, cool. Oh, yeah. They were bigger than 3,000, bro. They were miles tall. I believe the largest giant was 22,000 feet, 20 to 25,000 feet. If you guys have watched my video, you guys ever watched my video where I found the footprints around Sardinia? The giant footprints that were 4,900 feet long? Footprints. Look them up on Google Earth. They're there, right around Sardinia to the northwest. Can't miss them. Giant footprints all over the ocean floor. 4,000 feet long. On Mud Fossil University, he lays out a 900-mile dragon. What? Have you guys seen the one between South America and Antarctica? The dragon? Yep, Sardinia. Check it out, dude. You'll shit your pants. You got to zoom right in on the ocean floor, though. Northwest. Yeah, I know, right? That was a real interesting take on the cave systems. Yeah, dude. He's a big giant. That was in Japan. What up, Ruben? Good to see you here, buddy. Yeah, I believe that. Four years fighting what? The one I'm talking about, Jacob? The devil was a dragon. Interesting. I've heard dragons were good too, though. Who was literally who? Oh. Yeah, I kind of already covered it. The dragon ate the giant fish in Morocco, and the skeleton can be found on Google Maps. Interesting. Yeah, the one in between Antarctica and South America, dude, you can see there's seven rings on it, or seven like stones on its nose or something. See, I get that mixed up all the time, Jacob. The devil, as you call him, is Enlil. He's the good guy. So Enki's the bad. Dude, so many people tell me the opposite. I hear both sides of that story. I hear Enki's bad. I hear Enlil's bad. I hear Enlil's good. I hear Enki's good. It drives me nuts. I know, right? Yeah, dude, we could do that. We could do that. I'll record the convo we talk about, and then I'll post it. Because you're knowledgeable, bro. Grand Canyon is a melted building. When the buildings cried. All right. A melted building by a dragon? It's about the only thing that can melt a building of that size. A 900-mile dragon. All right, boss. For sure. I'm gonna duly note that Enlil. So who's the devil then? What's Enki doing? Wasn't he the Gilgamesh? Enki. I've heard that God is both the God and the devil. I don't know. Ha, cool. Thank you, Stephanie. God Galvlamste, whatever. I hate when people have weird names. God. Enki is who the Bible. Enki is the son of Anu and Negral. So isn't Enlil as well? Enlil is the son of Anu. So Enki and Enlil were brothers. Sorry, guys. Dude, yeah, MK Ultra's messed up. MK Ultra. Brian Laundrie. What? So Enkidu. So we're being reversed. So we're actually, dude, that's messed up. You said no, Norton Blake. Enki and Enlil are brothers. Enlil seen them wrong in what they were doing. Ahriman. Yeah, all right. She's doing better. In Hindu, okay. All right. That's fucked up though, man. Yep, check my in YouTube link. Yep. Robert on what's going on, buddy? That's not good. 2 tons. Thank you. Appreciate the trick or treat. No, dude, you're good. Where are you from? No. Where are you from? Denver. So, yeah, I just got to be careful. Yes, dude. I love it, guys. Yes. It's so you guys already know probably a lot. I'm trying not to beat it up too much. I don't, it's for now that I'm popping, it sucks because it's there's just such a negative connotation with the shit. So I'll just be careful when I talk about it. But dude, it was one of the hardest things I've ever had to do, but it can be done. All right. Get off live so I watch your videos without you live audio overlapping. I'm not sure what you mean. Dude, but it can be done. You got to just have the willpower. And one of the main things too is, dude, put yourself in an environment that is conducive to getting sober. Okay. That means don't hang out with the same people. Don't hang out at the same houses. Don't hang out with even if it's your dude, like one of my, I had my best friend. And I love him, dude. He's my best friend. He's my dad. But you know what? You got to take yourself away from it sometimes. He just had troubles and is fine. He goes to outpatient rehab, whatever he does. He goes to outpatient rehab. He's 60 years old. He's worked his whole life. His body's hurting and da 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 da. You know what I mean? But I didn't want to even do any of that. So anything's crippling. Anything's it's a crutch. You know what I'm saying? Suboxone, methadone. I don't even like talking about it, but it's all on this live because it's TikTok and that. But it's all shit. It's all shit. You got to just, and cold turkey sucks too, but if you have to, supplement here and there. Make your breaks longer. Okay? Best way to do it. Make your breaks longer. Don't do it every day anymore. Take one day off. Then when you feel better, take 2. Then when you take better, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Before you know it, you'll be going a week, not touching nothing. And that's when you can go a week, you're golden, bro. When you can go a week without touching shit, you win. You're good. 2-3 weeks, you're good. You know what I'm saying? And if you have to, go back and supplement it one more time here and there. Once a month, twice a month. And I'm not trying to say do that, but sometimes it makes it easier because it takes months to feel normal sometimes. So I'm just trying to give you a little advice. It's possible, dude. Yes, it's possible. Just make the gaps longer, but mainly get away from the people that are putting it around you, bro. It's hard, I know, because you immerse in that life and you're with these people and they're your friends, right? They're your friends. You get used to the action. You get used to the constant, fuckery, but it's trash, dude. They're not, and sometimes they are good people, but you got to watch your friends. You got to get in a good environment. Even if it's going back to your fucking mom's house, just support, man. It's a bitch. Having somebody there. You got a girl, bro? She's on it. Get rid of her. No, or quit together. Hey, what up, girl? Good to see you here. That's what I thought. And Kidu was. Absolutely, dude. Brain wash. Brian Laundrie. He was possessed. Yeah, dude, get a puppy. There you go. Seriously, dude, I have a puppy. He's awesome. He's my buddy. Where is he? He's probably sleeping on the bed. I love that little shit. Appreciate it, dude. Absolutely. Sure. Unless she wants to keep using them, get rid of her. It's influences in your life, bro. Yeah, for real. Hey, same here, Kim Chi. I never would visit my mom anymore. I never visited my mom anymore, ever. Yeah, just find the alternative. Like I'm immersing myself trying to in content. and trying to just keep moving and get hope somewhere. Get hope somewhere, bro. And I know life's hard, dude. Life fucking is a bitch, dude. Money's everything, right? I know. Everything's money, everything's this and that, and it sucks, but there's and two, look forward to this. There's a new high in sobriety. There's a new high in sobriety. Serious. You will feel different. It'll feel like a whole new world, right? It's a new high. You get up, you drink your coffee, you smoke a cigarette if you still want to smoke, and you feel a whole new freaking level of like alertness, awareness. You know, the colors even change. The world, the energy, the vibe, you know what I'm saying? Like, and seriously, dude, like meditate, get in bare feet and walk in the grass, bro. Serious, get in bare feet, even if it's cold out. You know what else I did? Cold showers, bro. 1 or 2. Dude, I don't do it every time. I'm not one of them people, but I'm telling you, turn that motherfucking water as cold as you can get, bro. It hurts, but do it. It'll feel good. It'll just wash it. So you got cells all over your body, right? And some of them are dead. Cold water, why athletes like cold water is because it washes all the dead cells off. Hot water doesn't. Cold water gets rid of all of your dead cells. So you start fresh. Also, it wakes you up on another level. Epsom salt baths. Boom. There you go. I took a bunch of those. Epsom salt baths. Yes, it'll draw it all out. It hurts, bro. You won't sleep, dude. I didn't sleep for 2 weeks. 2 weeks straight. Exercise too, yes. When you don't want to. Like, when I was thinking about giving in and going to like subs or something, I was like, my mom was out here and we was talking about it, and she's like, well, why don't you try running? Because I used to play football. I used to run track. I used to love running. I was a sprinter. So I literally just started sprinting throughout my whole yard. Like, I started racing my puppy. He's a fast little fucker. But I started racing him. And, dude, yeah, working out, dude, just running, getting through it. What you need to do is tire your body out so much that you sleep, because that's the worst part. When you get antsy leg syndrome, when you get the antsy legs, the bones in your body get like they want to just jump out of skin, you're dehydrated, bro. Drink water. I finally figured that out, and it fucking saved my ass, because that's the worst feeling in the world. Anybody who's been there knows. It's like growing pains, right? The worst feeling in the world. Your freaking bones want to jump out of your skin. You're dehydrated, bro. Drink water. Yes, I wish I would have, dude, I would have loved to try Ibogaine. That's one thing that I would have loved to try. Alkaline water, sure. Normal is scary, dude. Normal is scary, bro. Because you know what? Normal, you start answering to you answer to what you know in your soul and in yourself is right. You can no longer just oppress it. You know, your debt, your relationships, tragedies, right? All kinds of shit. You know what I mean? It's because sobriety makes you answer to that. But that's not a bad thing, because once you get it all organized and in line, and I still haven't got mine that way. I got credit cards out there, dude. I'm not even lying. I shouldn't put it out there, but I got shit out there. I'm not perfect, dude. We are all not perfect, right? But guess what? I'm grinding. I'm going to make enough money. I'm going to take care of my business, hopefully. But it'll make you answer to things like that, the realities of life. And see, that's the thing. I had a good, my mom's, dude, I thank God for her. I had a good support system, right? TRT, what's that? Thank God for that, because some people don't, but they're out there, okay? It doesn't necessarily have to be family. You can go to, there's a lot of different places, dude, that'll take you. I mean, I know it sounds crazy, but if you really have a problem, go to the doctor or go to the cop. You know, you can even do our local cops around here. And I know it sounds crazy, but if you go to them and you tell them you have a serious problem with addiction and you really want help, they won't hurt. They won't get you in trouble. They'll help you, bro. They'll send you in the right direction. Testosterone replacement therapy. Interesting. Never heard of it. Yeah, you ain't got to be perfect, right? No. But, dude, you got to think, and I'm sure you're doing some stuff that's pretty crazy hard. So, you know, especially if you're going as far as, you know, the worst you can do, right? There's stuff, you guys, I'm telling you, I've been noticing this and I've been hearing about from people. Because I still talk to people in the world, right, here and there. But I've been hearing about this people that are using brown, I guess I'd say. I don't know. The worst one, the one that makes you tired. That is putting like a black-like infection around their hearts. This girl that my lady friend here she knows had to have open heart surgery to clear this infection around her heart. Well, it turns out it ended up being that even though she had that surgery, it's still going to be there for a long time, but they can just keep it at bay. Okay? She has a hole where they have access to her heart. She's only in her 20s. She only used, I don't even know. She wasn't that bad. And when I first met her at the gas station down the road, probably 2 or 3 years, she had a hole in her arm, a hole in her lip. I mean, it's eating people. It's literally eating people. Look up crocodile. That's what it is. I've also thought even black goo. But right now, dude, you guys, it's serious. If you're doing that shit, you're playing with your life. You're playing with your life. Myocardia, sure. Damn, no shit. Yeah, hell yeah. I appreciate that, Stephanie. I try. And, you know, it's not usually good for me to, it's not usually super good for us to, yeah, crocodile's gnarly, you guys. And it's actually starting to become introduced to the street drugs around here. It's starting to get laced with it. I don't give a fuck, Arc Stanton. Shut the fuck up, bro. God damn. Sorry, I'm not gonna say no. Clown ass motherfucker. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, bro. Your ma, she's watching over you, dog. Right? It would make you. Yeah, I hear that. Shit, bro. I felt harder when my sister happened. Didn't make me quit, that's for sure. Yeah, yeah. She was. The Rife machine. Interesting. Yeah, I blocked his faggot ass. Sorry. All right, guys, I'm out. I just had to back out of I had to back out of TikTok live before I got ran. Holy shit. All right. And that was not meant to be homophobic in any way, shape, or form. Sorry, guys. But I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to have to edit that little last part of my stream now, damn it. But, hey, love you guys. Appreciate you. And I will see you guys here soon, very soon again. All right? Appreciate you. Stay in the light and keep on keeping on, keep on rocking. Check out my Facebook. Make sure you obviously subscribe. And thank you guys. Yes, you stay blessed. Right? Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. A bundle of sticks. That's right. Later, Jake. Yes, dude. I'll get a hold of you too. I would like some more explaining on that. Later, guys.